Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane. On this video, we are going to cover my portfolio update. I do these every Sunday morning. I did add $1,517 to the portfolio. Before we get into that though, for those of you who may be stopping by for the first time on this channel, well, it's not rocket science in my opinion. The best way to do anything, keep it as simple as possible so it really boils down to consistently investing, buying dividend growth stocks and growing companies with a positive cash flow that covers the dividend and companies with a high return on their invested capital. I utilize both a dollar cost average approach, consistently investing in the stocks within the portfolio on a weekly basis. I also do large purchases if I get extra funds from like a side job or a bonus or something like that. I cover all my investments into the portfolio. That's what this video is. Again, I do this weekly every Sunday morning. I also cover the options that I was in for the week. I also cover any dividends that were paid out for the week. It's free to see what I'm doing in my portfolio. There is nothing to pay for. I don't have any paid Patreon or send you to some other site that you have to sign up for some mailing list or anything else. It is free to see what I am doing. But if you would like to help out the channel, if you could do me a favor and take a second to hit that thumbs up button down below if you are a dividend growth investor and if you find any value in this content, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the Vested Interest community. Make sure the notification bell is rung so you're notified whenever we put out any new content. And drop a comment down below. Let me know what happened in your portfolio this week. Were you paid any dividends? What did you buy? Did you make any sales? Do you do options? And how is that going for you? Would love to hear from you in the comment section down below. And a special thank you to all the subscribers out there. Really appreciate you all. The channel continues to grow because of people like you. Just over 1,000 subscribers now, and on to 5,000 we go. Really appreciate your help getting there. And we'll see you at 5,000 next. So we did have some options activity in the portfolio this week. Again, I threw out several more than what hit, but this is the only one that happened to hit. We did get sold one covered call in Comcast, ticker CMCSA, with a $41.50 strike price. And we entered that contract on the 22nd with an expiration date of the 26th. It did expire, worthless, right? So here's sold to open, one contract. That's what the -1 means. Comcast, $41.50 strike price, and with a close date of July 26th. We received 24 cents per share. You take out the fees associated, 55 cents in fees, and we did receive $23.45 in options premium for this contract. And we did keep the shares as well because it expired worthless, right? So 41.50 was above the price that Comcast closed at. So we keep those shares and we'll probably try to run it again. We've been trying to run it every week on this one, but it hits sometimes, it doesn't. And again, this has not been a great year for options. For me, I throw out 4, 5, 6, even 7 plays sometimes, and I might get 1 or 2 to hit. This is the one for this week. Hopefully options are going better for you. Let me know if you've had any luck in options lately and what they were. It was a good week for dividends. So even though our options plays were not that great, it was a great week for dividends. We received dividends on July 22nd, the 24th, and 26th. So Nutrien paid us on the 22nd. They paid us $73.62. And we do have the drip set. So that just means that the funds that are paid out in dividends go right back in and buy more shares of Nutrien. So ticker NTR out of the material sector here. We picked up 1.4732 more shares there. Cisco Systems, ticker CSCO, out of the information technology sector, paid us $86.15. That $86.15 picked up 1.85949 more shares there. Comcast, so we got the options play to hit and we got dividends from Comcast. We received $43.64, which picked up 1.16401 more shares of ticker CMCSA out of the communication sector. And we didn't only get not only get dividends from Cisco Systems, we got dividends from Cisco Corp, ticker SYY, and this one is out of the consumer staple sector. $52.69 in dividends, and those funds bought us 0.72653 more shares of ticker SYY out of the consumer staple sector. So all total, these new shares here bought by the dividends paid out picked up $9.08 more in capital over the next calendar year. And this is what is meant by the dividend snowball, right? We already have positions in, we already have shares of each one of these companies, Nutriens in our portfolio, Cisco, Comcast, Cisco, and then those positions pay out dividends. Those dividends go back in and buy more shares, and those new shares add more capital. That is the dividend snowball in effect. And the longer we do that, right, time is the hill that the snowball is rolling down. The longer we do that, the more this passive income is going to pile up and build on top of itself, that compounded interest doing its thing, and our portfolio will continue to grow even if we don't add any new capital. Now, we do add capital every week, so that's an additional aspect that makes that snowball grow faster. Now, our first purchases were on July 24th, and we added $1,139.06 to the portfolio. And with those funds, we picked up 3 more shares of Starbucks, ticker SBUX, out of the consumer discretionary sector. We picked up those shares at $74.75. We're going to continue to add to Starbucks. It might not be the 10 or 8 shares we were adding before, but we'll probably continue 2, 3, 4 here and there as long as it stays down below my cost basis or around that cost basis. I'd like to pay under $78 per share for this one. And again, I don't mind running it to 150, 160 shares if it stays down there. If it runs up a little bit, we might look for other opportunities, but this one we're going to add to for now. Pfizer, we added 2 more shares to Pfizer, ticker PFE, out of the healthcare sector at $29.53. I still like this under 30. We added 6 more shares to our Comcast Corp position, ticker CMCSA. We picked up those shares at $38.09. I like that anytime it's under 40, even 41, right in there. Valet, we're really adding to our Valet position, ticker VALE, out of the materials sector. We picked up 18 more shares at $10.75. This one has really pulled back, so while it's pulled back, I'd like to add to it right now and build out that position a little bit more. It is under 2% of my portfolio. I wouldn't mind bringing it up to 2%, 2.3%, somewhere in there. Haverty Furniture, another one, under 2% of my portfolio. Would not mind increasing this position, ticker HVAT, out of the consumer discretionary sector. We added 10 more shares at $26.74. I'd love this to pull back down to 24 or 23 and add a bunch more there as well. And one of our monthly, Comcast was one of our monthly as well. One of the ones we've been focusing on for the month, Procter & Gamble, we added another share, 1 more shares of ticker PG out of the consumer staple sector at $166.38. And it's really been hovering in that 166, 165, 167 range. And I think I'm just going to continue to add 1, maybe 2 shares a week here for the next several weeks. It won't be on my stocks to buy for next week, but it was, or for next month, but it was for this one. Passive income added from these new shares in this $1,139.06. Invested $54.02. We weren't done. We added a little bit more capital to the portfolio on July 25th, $378.90. And with these funds, we picked up 6 more shares of our medical properties trust position, ticker MPW. Now, this one's starting to creep back up there in the $5 range. My cost basis is in the $7 range. Wouldn't mind continuing to decrease my cost basis there and continue to build this one out. Just not very aggressively. Like 6 shares would probably be the max. 4 shares, 2 shares, 3 shares right in there. If I have a little bit of extra funds from everything else I want to buy for the week, that's probably where I'll throw it. Same thing with Valet. And our weekly buys, we are buying these ETFs every week, regardless of what the market is, regardless of what the price of them are. Now, I did pick this one up. Usually I buy on Friday, but I saw a little bit of a dip here down to the, especially for Vanguard's VTI, Vanguard's Total Stock Market ETF. Picked up that one share at $266.11. And the other one is SCHD, Schwab Strategic Growth ETF here. Picked up that share, I think it ended the week at 82. So I'm glad I bought these early. We picked up $81.66 there. So we did buy Thursday instead of Friday this week. The new shares added an additional $10.09 in additional capital over the next calendar year. Total invested $1,517.96, and passive income added $73.19. Very nice to see that passive income continue to stack up. That's because of the new capital I added. That's because of the new shares that were bought by the dividends paid out, and as well as the capital added from those options. Quick run through the sector weights here. Communications still makes up 9.63% of the portfolio. I think it's hovered in that 9.6% range for a little while now. Consumer discretionary at 7.42%. Consumer staples at 9.37%. Energy makes up 5.82%. This one I'd like to bring up a little bit. I'll probably be adding to Enterprise Product Partners pretty heavy over the next month, and maybe a little bit of Enbridge as well. If you catch the stocks I'm going to buy, 5 stocks I'm going to be buying in August video, you'll catch EPD as one of the first ones I list on there. So that one might be one I'm aggressively buying this next month. Financials sitting at 6.14%, healthcare at 14.51%, industrials makes up 6.45%, technology at 6.87%, materials 8.8%. Utilities sitting at 9.65, and REITs and real estate at 11.34%. ETFs makes up 4.01%. You can see over here on the right hand side, these are the same sector weights. The percentages match up with the pie here, but then you'll see the dollar amounts associated as well. And here it is, the overall portfolio. I do show this every week. I think it's important to show some of the newer investors out there, or investors that are maybe, been doing it a while and get discouraged over time, to see your portfolio is not the only one that has the ups and downs. Sometimes you have red, sometimes you have green. So really show a real portfolio. I started this channel a few years back, and I was watching YouTube channels in the investing space, and everyone wanted you to, buy a course, or that you had to go to their website, and put your information in and pay, $5 tier, $10 tier, $15 tier to see what they're doing in their portfolio. I think it's important for those of us in this space. We should be transparent. Unless you are a professional, you should not be charging people for financial advice or to see what you are doing in your portfolio. So I like to show what I'm doing every week, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, any options I'm in, any dividends I'm received, as well as the overall performance of the portfolio. And that's what this is. So you see here, this is the ticker, all of the different positions in the portfolio, individual companies, and then the two ETFs, VTI and SCHD. Total shares of each I own, current price as of the close of business on Friday. Here's the market value, average cost per share. That's my average cost per share, my purchase price, what I actually have in funds. Now, this does include the dividends paid out. Total return here, whether I'm up or down, you're going to see it. Whether I'm in the green or in the red here, you'll see it by percentages. Sector weights, what sector each company falls in, whether it's a quarterly, monthly, semi-annual payer, current dividend yield as of the close of business on Friday, my yield on cost, portfolio weightings. What we saw on the previous slide was the sector weightings. This is each individual position. And I do have a bit of a rule there. I don't want any one position to be more than 10 to 15% of the portfolio, and I do not want any one sector to be more than 20 to 25% of the portfolio. Estimated annual income from each position here, payout months, dividend growth year over year, and where it's hit the 15% of a 52-week low. And just to explain this a little bit for those of you who may be seeing this for the first time, 15% of a 52-week low is kind of the high mark where I want my average cost per share to be. This can fluctuate over time. Sometimes I'm going to be buying into positions that are over my cost basis. Sometimes I'm going to be buying into positions that are under my cost basis. So this will fluctuate from time to time, but I don't want to be paying. I don't want this number to get much more than 15% of a 52-week low. I like to keep it there as lower as possible. Some of my positions now I've held for so long that they are even lower than where it sits at 15% of, not only 15% of a 52-week low, but where it sits at a 52-week low. So, and it's easier for me to add to those positions too, because I'm just bringing it up to the 52-week low. No biggie. So as you can see, total shares, 6,486.432, market value, $279,584.37. I have $258,532.60 into the portfolio. Total return, it was a very good week. It's been several good weeks in a row, $21,051.77. But I don't focus on this. I know I'm up 8.14%. Nice to see, but I don't focus on that either. Current dividend yield, 4.2%. Yield on cost, 4.546%. And that's why it's circled in red. This is what I focus on. The income provided by all the positions in the portfolio, the dividends paid out, $11,751.88 over the next calendar year, and getting very, very close to $12,000 a year or $1,000 a month. Now, the dividend growth of the portfolio is sitting at 6.06%. And I believe it was LyondellBasell that recently increased their dividends. So that one's yellow now too. And that's what the yellow means. As these companies throughout the year increase their dividends, I highlight them yellow to let you know that they've increased their dividend. So we're just waiting on a few. I don't expect Kraft Heinz. They haven't raised it in a while, so I don't expect them. Ally Bank, the same thing. But I do expect Starbucks to raise their dividend, and I expect Verizon to raise its dividend. I don't know if T will. I doubt it. It cut its dividend a couple years back now, and I think they're still trying to pay down some debt. Hey. Sorry about that. I had to pause it for a minute. My buddy come over. Got some friends up from Florida. They're dropping their kids off. They're headed out to dinner. My daughter's birthdays, both of them are next week, August 1st and August 3rd. But one of them is celebrating this weekend and the other celebrating next weekend. So he was just dropping off his kids. But anyways, back to closing off the video. That is really it for this one. Let me know how your portfolio is doing. What did you buy this week? Did you get any options to hit? What dividends did you receive? If any, love to hear from you in the comment section down below. As always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the vested interest community. And again, really, really appreciate all the subscribers and all the viewers out there. The channel continues to grow because of people like you. So help me keep this channel growing. Help get the word out. Dividend growth investing, in my opinion, is the best way to eventually reach financial freedom, and to help spread these videos to more people so that they can get that message. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you like the videos. Drop a comment down below. Let me know let me know what is going on with your videos. Let me know what you think of these videos. Are you getting any value? I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, or suggestions for future topics. And this is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in the presentation should be considered financial advice. I am only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can't lose money. You should never invest any amount you're not comfortable losing. Always do your own research. Invest based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor.